orgasm was a blessing from the gods and the stars.
So this was the belief in ancient times. Many people say that agriculture came first, but now they have proven that first was religion. And religion propelled the mind into all these different things.
Called Benito Muscaria, there are like psilocybin, there are so many different drugs. And here I'm in the Capitoline Museums, and this is a sculpture of the Jesus Christ. And there was a title, Arquereos Megistos, of the son of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher, the Emperor of Commodus, that Ridley Scott depicted so wrong, incredibly stupid and wrong in his movie Gladiator. And this is a statue of the Son of God, also, or the Christus, Marcus Aurelius. But here, back to Commodus, he believed he was Hercules, and he carried a pan, and he actually had the apples of the Hesperids, which are amanita mushrooms, all psychotropic substances, because there were tons. All religions used this that were called sacraments. That's a fact.
So all of the religions, they start with the idea of course sex, and then entheogens stimulate the mind and all this psychotropic substance, and all of a sudden religion can create it. The gods and all that. And then on top of that came agriculture. Many people say that agriculture came first, but now they have proven that first was religion, and religion propelled the mind into all these different things. Beetles and planting trees, all that, domesticating animals, all that happened later. But first was religious psychosis.
In ancient times, 5,000 years ago, and recent especially, this is from the Americas. And this is what the 4 elements, and then here you put the drugs, the cocoa leaves and all the materials and mushrooms. So these are the sacred sacraments, so you can actually see God. The frog is also sacred, and you can get sacraments out of this. These frogs were many types, and some are used, the curare in the Amazon region, they use it as for poison darts. But these are also alkaloids. So some of these secretions, you grab them, and if you mix them and you smoke them, and then, oh man, you can see God right there, the sacraments. Here's a pipe, it's a replica. And you see that when you go to South America and you buy anything with frogs in it and a pipe, you know why? Because they milk them. They extract this milk, especially like bufalvarios, and you mix it and then you smoke it. It's more powerful than cannabis or any other drug or opium. You immediately see God, you see Venus Christ, and you see the God that you've been brought up with. He will come alive with these drugs.
Now, with it all in the brain. So if you take any psychoactive substances, in those times of the unknown, many times we took mushrooms, like amanita muscaria mushroom. They grew underneath many trees. In Greece and in the ancient world, they believed that this little, they're white. The mushroom white, and they look reddish color. So they look like a golden apple falling from the tree. So if you start eating that, and you munch whatever, all of it, you have a trip. So it will affect your brain and all your kind of spirit and whatever your beliefs are.
The story of Hercules, which is a demigod or semi-god, God copulated with a born of a virgin, of course. Like Jesus Christus, Jesus Christ, the Julius Caesar, the Redeemer, the Savior.
Come and seal my being by might from heaven above. Like a bolt of lightning new, power of God flashing through. Take dominion o'er me now to thy light and of my love.
Leaders and emperors, divine emperors, claim to be They're my gods. They're from God. All of them did, including Julius Caesar, the son of Venus. But Hercules, a lot of these Roman and Greeks and all that, imitating the mythology of the Greeks, of the gods, written by Hesiod. You can read it in the Theogony about the gods. I mean, the Bible and Quran and all those stupid books are just copies of all this bunch of mythologies. And in the story of Hercules, he had to go through all these 12 labors of Hercules, and he had to go through all this testing because what happened is that the goddess that was jealous of him, the mother of Zeus, his father, she was really mad at him, and it made him give him something. Hercules, he has his wife and 2 children. He ended up in his sleep because of this drug that the goddess gave him. He ended up killing his wife and 2 kids, brutally murdered them. And when he woke up and he saw what he has done, he didn't know what to do. And he went through all those labors to actually atone for his sin. And to go through all these labors, you can find all of them in the Bible, the same but different names. And at the end, he always was also searching for these apples of the Hesperids. And the apple of the Hesperids are nothing but amanita mushrooms. Because all the religions had sacraments, and the sacraments, all the rituals had sacraments to see God. And the sacraments were entheogens, hallucinogenic materials. That's why you have all these flowers and all that bunch of stuff in the churches, in the temples. They all have little flowers. Even the suits have little flowers, and little trumpets, and little things. They're all hallucinogenic materials. That people use 40,000 years to see gods. And they enjoy the orgasm. That was a gift from the gods. But anyway, and this is what you see here. The Emperor Commodus, which is a stupidly Scott, the movie director of Gladiator, Ridley Scott, the guy is an imbecile in history. He's an ignoramus. He depicted Gladiator, he asked for me hole in the ground in history. Commodus didn't look like that. He was a tough guy. He always believed it was Hercules and put a lion, and ran around with a club like Hercules did. And he has the apples of the Hesperids. That's what the fruit of Adam and Eve, like if the snake is a penis and the apples. There it is. It's the apples of the Hesperids. The stupid, imbecile, Christ-psychotic infected Christians, they don't understand that all this stuff comes from Greek mythology, including the apple of Eve. That's what it is. It's mushrooms because the mushrooms grow on the trees and they look like a ripe apple. That's the reason of the apple of the Hesperids. That's where it comes from. Orgasm was a blessing from the gods in the stars.
So this was the belief in ancient times. So this was actually sacred.
The ancient Christian epigraphy, for those who know how to read it, keeps saying, we are deluded, we created pedophilia, we created intellectual stagnation. Also intolerance and psychopathy.
Now, these images here in Cartagena clearly suggest pedophilia, sex. Look at this. It's racism. The kid is ready to actually worship penis Christ of the priest. He's looking up, and he has a patera with mushrooms. Here in the Colosseum, these are Roman pateras. The Emperor Octavius, the son of God Octavius, holding a patera with mushroom. These are the sacraments. Here is the son of God Hadrian, also a Christus, with a patera. And here I am with the cymbalum and the cup for the wine and the sacraments and the patera. But in the moment you see a patera, that you ingest mushrooms, you see God, you do anything you want, you enjoy orgasm with penis Christ. The symbolism in this altar here in Cartagena is also it shows little naked babies all over the place. This is the Arapakis of Augustus in Rome. But see, in ancient times, the babies were sacred, they represented the gods. And when Christianity took over, the naked kids became an object of sexual veneration. And that's the reason we have the pedophilia today, and racism and intolerance, because the whole thing mutated. They actually saw the babies as sexual objects in ancient times. Here, these are all Roman things, and you see that they're all naked babies. They are representing gods. There's nothing pornographic about it. And there was no racism in the Roman Empire or anything like that. It just started with Christianity.
Live long and prosper.